Hello everyone, it's Scott, and I'm back with more Magic the Gathering Arena Best of 3 play. And today we're going to be looking at Gruul Prowess. This is the deck that Adam Weiss, this guy right here, played to a victory at DreamHack Dallas, where he won the U.S. Regional Championship. So congratulations to him. So what we're going to do today is take his deck out and play it in Best of 3 on Arena. Alright, so what's in his deck? First, he's got 4 Monastery Swiftspears, he's got 4 Fugitive Codebreakers, 4 Slickshot Show-Off, which is really the star of the deck, 4 Questing Druids. Really, we're using this primarily for Seek the Beast to draw some extra cards. And we also have 2 copies of Two-Headed Hunter, and really we're using this for the Twice the Rage ability, where we're going to use this to give something double strike, most likely Slickshot, and we go from there. Alright, the rest of the deck is for Kumano faces Kakkazan, 4 Monstrous Rage, 4 Play with Fire, a couple of copies of Snakeskin Veil to protect our creatures, 4 copies of Demonic Ruckus to give our creatures Menace and Trample, with that +1/+1 ability as well. We have a copy of Twinferno to hopefully give something double strike. And then we also have 2 copies of Witchstalker Frenzy to deal with large creatures that we are playing against. All right, in the mana base, we've got 8 Mountains, 2 Sokenzan, Crucible, Defiance. And again, we're probably going to try to use this for its channel ability. We've got a Boseiju, again, trying to use it for its channel ability to destroy an enchant, an artifact, or non-basic land. We've got 4 copies of Copperline Gorge, 4 copies of Karplusan Forest, and a couple copies of Restless Ridgeline. In the sideboard, we've got 2 End the Festivities. We've got 3 copies of Pick Your Poison, 3 Case of the Crimson Pulse, 3 Strangles, and 3 Urabrask Forge, and our final card is an additional Witchstalker Frenzy. Now, I played this deck at my local LGS, and I was able to go undefeated with it, so I think this is actually potentially the best Slickshot deck that's out there right now, because it can do so much and can win games. Basically, you play Slickshot and you do a couple of instants or sorceries, or you play a Kumano, whatever you need to do, give it double strike, and it can win the game literally on one turn. And you'll see that in some of the gameplay footage. So let's get started. Alright, playing Gruul Aggro, or in Best of 3, and we're going to have to mulligan since we only have a land. And Arena's doing its job on us. I guess we're just going to have to keep a 1-lander because Arena doesn't want to give us land. Alright. Well, we'll see. Okay, we get a second land. Unfortunately, it's not a land that we really want here, because we really want, and they're going to kill this too. So I'm down a card, they kill this. So we're really down now 2 cards, which is really hard to come back from, unfortunately. Well, we'll have to kill Vodmir here because we don't want to grow. Alright, well that kind of evens things out a little bit. Let's see what they've got on turn 3. I mean, Slickshot's going to be our piece here that's going to make some noise for us, I think. Slickshot ready when we're in a position where we can play it and we know they can't get rid of it. Okay, opponent plays Liliana.
This is my home, and I don't appreciate it when people touch my things.
Okay, let's see if I assume the opponent's going to kill Swiftspear. No, they're going to plus.
Don't overthink. We're
going to get rid of Fugitive Codebreaker. Wow, they're getting extra land, and that's why they're willing to do that. And I guess we'll just rage here and hope that they don't have anything, but they don't. Take out Liliana, Unfortunately, that's 8 damage that we couldn't do to their face, but I think getting rid of Liliana is important too, because she could have killed 2 creatures over a couple of turns. Alright, we'll see what they've got now. Okay, I'm going to search their library. Okay, so I get search their library for a card to put on top, and also get that. So we'll definitely have to leave something up on their turn, because they're probably going to go ahead and get a Gitka's Command or something like that, since they've got the mana for it. Okay, we're going to seek the beast. And unfortunately we get some... Oh, unfortunately that comes in tapped, doesn't it? Okay. I played the wrong one. Okay, so that gives us this option. I don't think it actually matters which one we're going to hit with it. But we'll try to push as much damage as we can right now. Let's push 9. Get them down to 6. Fortunately, lose our second green source. And I'm expecting a Gix's Command here to wipe the board, and then we'll play Questing Druid to, kind of rebuild our board's situation. Nope, they play Tiny Bones, which means we don't have to discard anything, which is great. Now we're going to play a Sheoldred. Okay. And we get a land. Okay. We'll hit them for 1, and then we'll play our 2-headed Hunter because it's got Menace. So if we can get an actionable card here, we can potentially, if we get anything of value here, we can win on the next turn. Because we'll be able to do enough damage. See what the opponent has. Because we've both drawn a lot of land at this point. I mean, if they have a kill spell, they'll probably go after 2-headed Hunter. Again.
Something suspicious is
going on. Force us to sack, so we'll sack the Swiftspear.
One of your friends has to leave.
And all we get, unfortunately, is that. So we'll have Slickshot go this way. We'll play the Druid. Back up to 5. So again, we're presenting with lethal, and we do have Restless Ridge as well. The good news in this situation is that okay, we're at 13. Get them to 1. I'm going to power up Ridge and attack. We put our extra on Slickshot and we win. Got it. Alright, so we take game 1, and Mono Black is a really tough deck to deal with. So what we've got to do is bring in things that we're going to bring in Witchstalker Frenzy. We didn't see any artifacts, enchantments, or flying creatures, so I'm going to hope that they don't have them. I don't think Strangle is good enough. And I'm wondering if we should bring in Case here for some extra card draw, because we really only have the Questing Druid Seek the Beast to do that. But I really don't want to pull anything out at this point, so I think I'm going to play it back, and then if we get to a game 3, then bring in the Case. Alright, going to game 2. We'll be on the draw this time. Okay, not a bad first hand, so we'll go ahead and keep this. Alright, we'll play Copperline Gorge, we'll play our Swiftspear. They've got a cut down. And it's better to do it this way, let them kill the Swiftspear rather than it happen when we've got opponent does nothing. So they must have a lot of removal in hand. Alright, we'll play our... just play that to give him a counter here. He probably is going to die here, based on the fact that they haven't played anything. So I'm assuming that they've got something here. Unfortunately for us, you know, the cards we drew were really not helpful in that situation. So the opponent's pretty far ahead, actually, at this point, because they've been able to deal with both of our creatures before we actually played anything. And they'll take Play with Fire here, so they don't lose their Deep Cavern Bat. And this puts us in a situation where we really need to draw something here so we can keep playing. Alright, getting more land. I'm going to just go ahead and plot Ruckus, Demonic Ruckus there, so that way we've got it ready for whenever we do actually have a playable card here. 6 lands out of the top 12. Little brutal on land draw. And this does happen with Arena, where it's going to overdraw lands for you. You're just going to say, okay, well, this is a game that Arena's kind of giving to the opponent. Right, they play a Sheoldred, which we really don't have an answer to at this point. And it looks like they've got this game because we draw a Copperline Gorge and we can't do anything. And this is just one of those unfortunate Arena situations where, you know, it's deciding the game based on the draw out, because we've gotten 7 lands out of 13 cards, and you know that's way too many in a 21 land deck. I mean, we've drawn a third of our lands in the first 14, 15 cards. The opponent gets to beat us up. Not much we can do about it, unfortunately. I put a Tiny Bones in play, and if I don't draw something here, I'm just going to go ahead and concede, because there's no reason to keep playing. Alright, so now we do have a way to deal with Sheoldred. I mean, they are way up on us at this point. What I should have probably have done there was use the Twinferno's copy ability and killed Tiny Bones too, because Tiny Bones now going to become the problem, because it's going to just be able to generate whatever value they want out of both of our graveyards and be able to replay stuff. So Sheoldred will be back in a second, unfortunately, because I didn't kill Tiny Bones. Yeah, they're going to get my Questing Druid here. And they're going to play Seek the Beast to get access to 2 lands, so that Demolition Field is really bad for us. And unfortunately, like I said, we're just drawing lands, and unfortunately there's not much we can do when we are only drawing lands. I mean, we're 15 cards and we've got 9 lands, so just one of those games where Arena, you know, just kind of decided who got to win the game. And in this case, because we don't want to let Tiny Bones take something else out of the graveyard, we'll just go ahead and block with Ridgeline and to let them kill it, but it's our only real option. And if they've got a removal spell here, the game's definitely over. Alright, we're going to go ahead and concede and move on, because there's no reason to keep playing when the opponent is getting actionable stuff and we're just dying to everything. Alright, so going to game 3, we'll be on the play this time. Twinferno there was not a good thing to have in hand. What I want to do, I was talking about earlier bringing Case in, but what I think is our best bet is bringing in Forge. Because Urabrask Forge, what it's going to do for us, and I'm going to take out a Play with Fire and take out a Codebreaker. What Forge is going to do for us, if we can get it on the field, then it's this inevitability piece. If we can get a couple of them going, it's really hard for Black to deal with it because they can't just destroy it. They can kill the creature, but they can't destroy the Forge. Alright, going to game 3. Hopefully we get a playable hand here. Okay, that's not terrible, so I think we'll go ahead and play it because we've got 2 Forges. We get that 3rd land, hopefully by turn 3, and then we can start forging. Okay, opponent uses Tiny Bones, joins up. I'm getting rid of Monstrous Rage here, and the reason is that for me, I would rather get those Forges down than give up one of them, because if I can get them both down, then we're in really good shape. Opponent deciding what to do here. Okay, they're going to go ahead and kill it, which we can expect, unfortunately, out of this deck, is them doing that a lot. Now we can get our Forges going over the next 2 turns, and then it just becomes an inevitability game for us, because they can kill the creature, but they can't get rid of the Forge, because there's nothing in Black that will do that. Okay, Deep Cavern Bat. They'll take my Forge here, because they don't want to face 2 of them. Yeah. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and plot this. What we'll do next turn is we'll play Seek the Beast on their turn. Okay, got him down to 15. Hoping to see no Sheoldred. That would be really helpful for us. Okay, opponent attacks. Gains life back so they can see their life. Okay, play a Tiny Bones, so we know we gotta have a blocker for Tiny Bones. What are we going to lose? And I'm just going to go ahead and Seek the Beast here because I can't counter it anyways. Okay, that works out for us. We'll lose. Oof. Alright. That's interesting. I'm going to play it this way because this is going to get us card draw at least. And we'll go to combat, attack with our Phyrexian Horror token, get him down to 13. And then hopefully be able to play the 2nd Forge next turn, and it'd be great if we could get a removal spell. Okay, there is a Questing Druid in the bin. Or, sorry, not Questing Druid, but Codebreaker in the bin, so I will block Tiny Bones here with Druid, even though that's not the best decision for us. And we'll see if they use their Field of Ruin on our Ridgeline. Okay, they're going to play their Liliana, so they're really getting into a position where they can easily win this game if we don't get any removal. Okay, they're leaving their Tiny Bones back. That's interesting. Okay. I was going to Forge here, but since they don't have any blockers... And we can very quickly deal a lot of damage. Get them up to 9, 13 damage possible. So we'll see if Tiny Bones blocks here to at least prevent some of the damage. If not, we're in a position where if they can't kill Slickshot, then we can win the game. And now not only do you have to kill Slickshot, but they also have to deal with the 2 Phyrexian Horror tokens, because we'll play Forge next turn, assuming that we don't lose it to Liliana. Or another card. Okay. And opponent scoops it up. They didn't get what they needed. Alright. Alright, and that's the power of this deck, where you give Slickshot all that help, kills them in basically a turn. And that's really what this deck wants to do. Use the other cards to whittle them down enough, and then one shot with a Slickshot. And the Slickshot was able to get us there. And again, Urabrask Forge is such an all-star that I would even consider bringing that in as a main deck card. Alright, playing Gruul Prowess in best of 3, or Gruul Aggro, however you want to look at it. Alright, that's a good opening hand for us, because we've got Kumano, and then if it doesn't look like they've got removal, we'll go to Slickshot with the, if not, we'll just plot it, and then we've got a good turn with Play with Fire and Monstrous Rage. Okay, looks like they're going to be playing a potentially a Gruul deck. And there's a couple of versions of that out here. There's a big monster Gruul deck out there, and then there's this one as well. So we'll see if this is the Terror of the Peaks version of Gruul with some dinosaurs, or if we're playing against another copy of Gruul Prowess. Okay, Kumano hits. Does damage. Move on to the opponent's turn. Okay, we'll see if they have here. They have a Codebreaker, so they are playing the same deck. Okay, and that's a positive for us in this situation. We'll go ahead and play Slickshot, because they don't have a lot of necessarily good removal. So we'll see what we can do here with Slickshot. And then next turn we can get down Codebreaker and go ahead and either Monstrous Rage or Play with Fire. We'll see what they got going here, because they're in a pretty good situation. Like Ancestral Anger. Okay, get that down to 11. Okay, Questing Druid. Unfortunately, we don't have any green sources at this point, and what I'm going to do is kill one of these, and the reason is simple. They could easily win on the next turn with both of them. That's just going to make it harder. We get them down to 8, so we've got potentially lethal next turn, because we can Monstrous Rage, and we also can Seek the Beast to get a couple of activations of our prowess. Okay, they're going to play Ancestral Anger, putting a counter on Questing Druid. We'll see if they do anything else. Okay, they're going to kill our Fugitive Codebreaker. Okay, so that means they're going to be able to do 6 damage here. But we'll be able to do more than enough in the air. In fact, we'll just hit you for 2. Rage there, and try to hit you for 9 and take game 1. Okay. So in this matchup, I'm going to bring in the 3 Strangles, because I think those are important to us, and instant speed removal is important. I'm going to take out one of those. I'm also going to take out a Codebreaker here, and I think we're good from there. Opponent quickly goes to game 2. Okay, we'll go second again. Ugh. Alright, we're going to keep it anyway, so we've got the 2 Kumanos. We'll just hope that we draw into something here. Okay. Play a Kumano, just in case we get that bonus with it. Opponent didn't look like they were playing a lot of removal in their deck, so I can expect a little bit more come game 2. Okay. And it looks like they may be leaving up mana to deal with a threat on our side. We'll see if they are or not. Because what I'm going to do here is, assume we don't get a creature, I'm going to go ahead and Kumano and then plot one of the Demonic Ruckuses. Okay. Alright, we do get a creature, but unfortunately it's one we can't play at the moment. Opponent waiting. Alright, we'll play our second Kumano. We'll go ahead and play our Ruckus. Okay, now opponent will have to decide if they're going to use their mana here, and they are going to seek the beast. Okay, they get a Snakeskin Veil and a land, so that's good. They didn't get anything they can use on our turn. Okay, they use a Snakeskin Veil to get that a counter. Play Questing Druid. Okay, we get a Boseiju. And I'm going to have us do the exact same thing next turn. And we'll put damage in. And then we'll seek the beast on their turn. We know we've got our other Etching of Kumano coming into play. We'll see what they get here. Because they can easily win on this turn, depending on what they've got in their hand. Okay, they're going to combat. Let's see what they've got. Got a damage. Okay. Alright. That's pretty good for us, because they've only got us down to 10. We seek the beast. Wow, we get both Kumanos, but we get a Codebreaker too. Okay. We're gonna play Codebreaker here. Clearly they've got something they can do. So we're going to go ahead and Kumano. Oh, Arena used our mana wrong. Oh, that hurts. Arena used our mana wrong. I wasn't paying enough attention to the fact that it was ignoring our green mana. We needed to use that to cast Codebreaker. But this is something that, if you're not paying attention to the mana system on Arena, where in paper you would absolutely do this correctly. But unfortunately that hurts us. So in all likelihood they've got lethal on this turn. Where if things had gone better, yeah, then we would have been able to kill them on this turn. And that's just unfortunate. And they get us to 0. Alright, we'll come back here. I mean, really, they won because they went first. So that's the really good thing about this situation, is we know they really won because they went first, and we did not have an aggressive hand. We're going to keep things the way they are and go from there. And we didn't get any removal, and that played a big part in the game. Alright, going to game 3, playing against Gruul Prowess. Alright, we've got a mulligan that's not a playable hand. This is slightly better. We've got all our colors here. We can double strike. We've got a removal spell. I'm going to go ahead and keep this. And we'll get rid of the Sokenzan. Hopefully we draw into some stuff here, because this is not a solid hand, but it's what we have to work with. Alright, we'll cast Codebreaker, and then next turn we'll be able to Strangle and Demonic Ruckus. Assuming our card doesn't get killed. Okay, great. So they're going to play their Slickshot Show-Off. And that's great for us, because we'll be able to go ahead and kill it. Get us up in the game here. And we'll also play our Demonic Ruckus on our Fugitive Codebreaker, getting them down to 13. Okay, so if they've got removal, they've got removal. There's not much we can do about that. But if they don't, we can get them down as low as 5 this turn, possibly more. We'll see what the opponent does here. They've got it. Witchstalker Frenzy. Okay, well, the good news is we do get to draw a card here. We get a Kumano. And a Slickshot. Okay, that's great. And we're just going to plot our Slickshot. And that'll get us that extra token. That +1/+1 counter may be huge in the game. And if we can get something playable, yeah, they're going off now. Okay, so we're going to be down about to 8. So we really need to take them out this turn. Okay, so we get the counter. Okay, 4. And this is the one-shot Slickshot Show-Off turn to win the game. And we got him. Alright. Beat Gruul Prowess, taking him down with Slickshot. And Double Strike is just such a powerful ability right now in Standard that this is basically turn 4, and we're winning the game on turn 4. Very, very powerful. And there are situations where you can even win it on turn 3 if you get the right combination of cards. Alright, playing Gruul Prowess. And we've got a good opening hand. And it is a little bit of a painful hand, but we'll keep it. Okay, we got a break there. We got our Swiftspear. This could be the... Okay. Not sure exactly what they're playing here. So I'm going to play that. And rather than fire off my Play with Fires, I'm just going to wait until their turn, play Seek the Beast, to get us some more cards to look at, and we'll go from there. Okay, they got a lot of different lands. Play Seek the Beast. They could have a counter spell here. Okay, get a land. Play that. We'll play Questing Druid. Let's see if they do anything. Then we'll obviously play that on Slickshot. Get a counter on Questing Druid. And hopefully getting in for 5. Alright, so we've got them down to 13 on turn 3, which is a pretty good place for us. It's possible they could have a board wipe, but okay, they scoop it up. Alright, so we didn't see anything from them, so that makes it hard to know what to bring in here. And not knowing, what I'm going to do is just bring in Urabrask Forge, because Forge is always going to be something in games we're really not 100% certain of. I think a good card for us. And we'll take out Play with Fire, and we'll take out the Twinferno, and bring in those Forges. Alright, going to game 2. Yeah, we can keep this. And okay, you're playing that. Just gonna play Gorge and play Swiftspear. Again, we're just gonna push damage early since we really don't know what they're playing yet. Okay, they are playing the... Okay, so they are playing the artifact deck. They just added in red. Okay, we get them down to 17. Hopefully next turn we'll be able to... Yeah, alright, they got their extruder. Takes out our Show-Off. Okay, we get another Forge. Unfortunately, that doesn't help us a whole bunch. Jeez. Yeah, we're kind of in a tough spot here. I'm going to go ahead and play the other one. That may be the wrong choice here, because we know they're going to be able to push a lot of damage here in a moment. Not getting that third land to put the 2 Forges down is really, really unfortunate for us. Okay, and now they're going to be able to just do some stuff against us. But, alright, now we can get our Forges going. Unfortunately, that means we're not going to be able to attack with Swiftspear yet, but that's okay. We'll attack with these two. They'll block 1, 15. Hopefully we can get the other one down. Okay, Legion Extruder. I think they're considering going ahead and using Legion Extruder's ability to get rid of the Courier's Briefcase and create a 3/3. Because that'll put us in a little bit of a bind. We'll see if they have a removal for Slickshot. If they do not, they're going to use that to play this and get some food in, which is really good for them. And they gain some more life, which is unfortunate for us. Okay. Alright, we get another Forge, so we're just going to play the Forge. And even though nothing's going to get through, it just keeps building. There is that outside shot that they do a one-shot kill us. But we do have them down to a place we can get a land, and we can get our Demonic Ruckus on our Slickshot. Okay, they're gonna wipe our board out. Yeah, they wipe us out. So they've got game 2 at this point. I'm just gonna go ahead and concede because there's no point in keep playing because they're gonna win in the next turn. All right. So we know now what they're playing. They're playing a lot of big stuff. Forge is still good. I think we got to bring in that. Did we bring in the artifact removal? I think we're going to take out our Play with Fires. No, that's, well, we're going to bring those back in. Because we really want to kill their little stuff. I think what I'm going to do is take out Codebreaker because it's not going to be something that is going to be really helpful to us in this situation. And I guess I'll bring in a couple of Strangles. Alright. And I hope that's right. Alright, going to game 3. This is fine for us. The good news is Slickshot gets us above their Legion Extruder as a way of taking it out. And that's going to be important because on turn 3, we can win the game. So as long as they don't kill Slickshot on their turn 2, we should be good to get them. Because what we'll do is we'll have Kumano attacking, and then we also have Slickshot with a Monstrous Rage and double strike on it. Okay, play our Slickshot if they don't have a Strangle or something like that to kill it. Alright, so let's see what they do here. Because this is going to be huge. Okay, they scry, so they can't do much to us. Okay, so this leaves us open now to play Boseiju, play Monstrous Rage here. Okay, and then double strike. That should be game. And then scooping it up, they realize that we're going to do 20 damage on turn 3. All right. So that's the power of the deck. This is the way you win on turn 3. If they can't deal with your Slickshot, you can win on turn 3 with a Monstrous Rage and a double strike ability. All right, we're back for a post-game wrap. We went overall 10-5 with the deck in best of 3. Played really well with it. The kind of problem decks we had problems with were the decks that could go underneath us, which is the Boros Convoke deck, and also we had problems with the Azorius Control deck because it can wipe the board quickly, it can counter our stuff. and prevent us from getting those one shots in. So those are the decks we had the most problems with. 4 of our 5 losses were against them, and the other loss was against a mono blue deck. But otherwise, we were able to take down everybody. And the important thing with the deck is that it didn't really matter if we were on the draw or the play. 61% on the play, 60% on the draw was our game win rate. So both of those are really high. So I think this is a deck that has a lot of viability going forward. The question is going to be what is going to replace the cards that are going to be rotating, because we will be losing Kumano faces Kakkazan. We are going to lose Play with Fire, but Shock will simply replace that. In our mana base, we're going to be losing Sokenzan and Boseiju. So we'll have to see what cards we get from Bloomburrow to see if there's logical replacements for those that come in from that set. If not, I think we'll see the deck turn to other instances that are going to be able to help you propel your game forward quickly. All right, that's it for today. I'll see you next time.
Thank you.